proper procedure for receiving deliveries in our kitchen. So, good day, Tanya. Thank you for joining me for this coaching session on the proper procedure for receiving deliveries in our kitchen. So, the purpose of this session is to ensure that you are well versed in the correct procedure for receiving and handling deliveries to maintain food safety and inventory accuracy. So, this session will cover the steps involved in receiving deliveries, checking for quality and accuracy, proper storage, and handling documentation. This session is part of our workplace health and safety induction to ensure everyone is informed and safe while working in the kitchen. So, the first step, I'll explain the steps involved in receiving the deliveries. So the first step would be checking the delivery schedule. So as you know, our delivery schedule in here in our kitchen is usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you always check delivery schedule to be prepared for incoming deliveries. This helps you manage your time and make sure that or ensure that you are available during this time to receive the deliveries. So the next step would be inspecting deliveries. So when the deliveries arrive, inspect the packaging for any damage, look for tears, puncture, or any signs of tampering, or damaged packaging can lead to contamination or spoilage. So for example, with these things, when we receive this one, you should inspect if there's some dents in it, check it, not just one side, just make sure to look around, yeah, from top to bottom, yeah. Well, this one, like this one, it has a dent. So that means it can be contaminated because we don't know if there's some leak in this one. So this will return to our supplier. So we're just going to put this one in this return to supplier area. And for this kind of goods, you need to inspect if it's open or there's some puncture or some damage in the container. If it does, you need to inform your supplier and let them take this one back. Or for this kind of goods, you need to also check because sometimes when they deliver this one, it might get wet and it will contaminate the goods that you receive. So you need to return it to the supplier. Also for like the dairies, like the milk, for this kind of goods, you need to check the use by date because it only have a short lifespan, the storage. Or like this one, it will gonna end at the 31st of July. If you receive that it's really near or just a week before, you need to return this one to the supplier. Because I don't think we can finish everything because usually we receive around 5 cartons this milk. So we can finish that one during the time. Like for this butter, the margarine, usually it will last for a year, so you don't need to check per day. Just check for what if it's open or unsealed. So that's the time you need to return that one. Or for this one, it might be open, so we don't know if it's still safe to consume this one. So you need to return that one to the supplier. Now, when you store everything or every deliveries, you should always pay attention or you always should follow the FIFO system, which is the first in, first out system. So, whenever we receive a new one, we always put it on the back and put the older one in front. So if this is a new one, we're gonna put it in the back and let the older one in front of you so you can use it. You can use it first. That's the FIFO system. Now, make sure that every new one will be put in the back, so they're gonna use first the older one, so it will not gonna spoil. In front, so you're gonna use the older one first before the new one. And every time you check, every time you receive a vegetable, you better check if it's not spoiled or any kind of issue on the thing you receive. So now, we need to verify the items. Verify the items that you receive against the purchase order or the delivery notes. Ensure that the quantities and the items are there and there is no discrepancy. So whatever we put in our storage, you need to count it so you don't miss anything. And every time you put something in there, you need to check the invoice or the purchase order or the delivery note. And you need to also it is important to note any substitution or back ordered items. If something is missing or incorrect, document it immediately. So if you check in here, there might be something like they wrote like this is back ordered. So that's why it's not on our purchase order, because it was from the last time. You need to check that one in the invoice or the purchase order. So you need to cross check if everything's in there, and if you have something in there which is not supposed to be, or you receive something that is an extra, you need to check that one to the chef or check that one on the purchase order. Or in other way around, if you find something that is not which is missing, or that you're supposed to be have that one on that day in the delivery, you need to inform your chef and inform the supplier that you didn't receive that one and it was on the invoice, so they will know that you didn't receive that one. Now, do you have any question regarding with how to receive the deliveries in our kitchen?
No, not really. No.
So, since you do not have any question, can you show me how we usually expect our deliveries for this one? How do you usually check this one?
We're just going to pick it all up, look around, make sure there's no dents or anything, and check the bottom and make sure that the dates are in order. Yep.
That's good. How about for this one? How do you usually check?
This one, you gotta make sure that there's nothing open on the sides.
Oh yeah, it is not open.
Yeah,
it is still sealed.
Yep, make sure it's all
Very
sealed,
good.
and make sure that it's in date, and make sure there's no like holes or anything in the containers.
Yep, that's good. Now, can you demonstrate on how to check if it's there any discrepancies on the purchase order and the receipt that we received from the supplier?
We're just going to you got to check the invoice to make sure, and your receipt to make sure that it all adds up the same, same price.
So you need to check
To make sure that you have the right order. Make sure that the
comparing the purchase order to the invoice that we received from the supplier.
Make sure that it's the same amount.
Same quantity.
On the cash receipt.
You need to check if everything that we ask for the supplier that we should receive today should be on the receipt. That's very good. Well done. You did a great job following all the steps. You were thorough with the inspection and verification. Just remember to always label and date the items before storing them. Or also you need to ensure that the documentation is filled properly. It is crucial for the inventory accuracy and traceability. So just make sure that everything you put on the storage, you all remember that if you don't want to check everything from the invoice before, so you don't have to count or lose count when you are putting everything in there. You won't lose count of the quantity, right? So we've covered the steps involved in receiving the deliveries, including the checking schedules, inspecting items, and verifying against purchase order. Proper storage and handling documentation. These steps are crucial for maintaining food safety and inventory accuracy. Do you have any final question regarding how to receive the deliveries?
No, I don't think so, no.
That's good. So you all understand everything. So thank you for your time and participation.
Okay, thank you.
Your attention to details is vital for kitchen operation.